Hey guys, welcome to my second FSD YouTube video. I'm in Yorba Linda right now. I'm going to be going to a couple places just to strictly test out the software. I don't need to really go to any of these places. This is just for testing purposes only. So I have the Valley View Shopping Center. It's about a mile away from where I'm at right now, and then the Yorba Linda Center, and then the East Lake Village Center. So let's do it. Start self-driving, and I'm going to set it to the parking lot. And if you've been keeping up with Tesla, they do have unsupervised self-driving in Dallas and Houston right now. They already had Austin. These are all cities in Texas, and they do have it in the Bay Area, but it is supervised in the Bay Area. So that's only because of regulation in California. They require a driver in the driver's seat, but cities in Texas don't require a driver right now. But eventually it'll make its way over here. So we're going to be making a right turn right here on Yorba Linda Boulevard. So very good job. I had to make its way over 3 lanes because those 2 lanes are right turn lanes. And I appreciate the likes and comments on the last video. I know somebody wanted like a zoomed in version of the center screen. I'm trying to work on that, but I'm not really too sure what to do there because I know you need like an aftermarket modification. I'm not too sure yet, so I got to do a little bit more research on that. But thank you for the support on the first video. And if you guys have any recommendations on where I should go and where I should try out the software, just please let me know or leave them in the comments. Because I just want to see what the software can do. I don't want to make it too easy on myself, or on itself, I guess. So we got less than half a mile, and then we're going to make a left turn. So we're in a 40 right now. It's going about 43, but there is a car in front of us, so got to take that into account. And we should be making a left over here. Nice deceleration. Cool. Now we just gotta wait for the red light. And yeah, the other thing was Tesla's supposed to release their Cybercab. That's their version of the robotaxi with no steering wheel, no pedals. So that should be coming out. I believe they're going to start in Texas this month, so it should be interesting to see. And that's supposed to be their super cost efficient car. It's supposed to you're supposed to be able to purchase one for $30K or under $30K. Very nice. So I think we're just going to try to look for a parking spot over here. We have some pedestrians on the right, so it's going to wait for them. So very good job. Then it looks like it wants to reverse park over here. So very nice job. So that was our first destination. It was pretty close by, but that's the route I had set. I just pretty much asked Grok. So if you don't know what Grok is, it's kind of like the AI assistant in the car. You can tell it to set a route. You can pretty much ask it anything. You can ask it anything about your destination. You can ask it about the weather. You can ask it about just anything. So I had Grok set this route just to test it out. So our next destination is going to be the Yorba Linda Center, and that's about 2 minutes away, just under a mile. And then we're going to finish off with the East Lake Village Center. I think that's a little bit farther out, so let's do it. So nice job. It's gonna make a left turn at right after this stop sign. So we're just waiting for that red light, and then I think we're making a left. Yeah, we're gonna make a left right here. So there we go. We got the green light. Very nice left turn. So we got half a mile, and then it's actually going to make a U-turn. So we're just going to see how that goes. So again, speed limit's 40, going about 43. So it looks like it's going to make a U-turn over here. So very good. It's going to wait for this Model Y. Oh, no, it's going left. So it decided against the navigation. So I think it's just going to park here. And sometimes it'll override the navigation if it sees something wrong or wants to do something else. But it's usually for the better. There's like a road closure or something like that. So could have done a little better parking, but I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Yeah, I think it might have been just because that car's a little close on the left. So I don't blame it too much. So you can see it on the camera right there. So let's do our last destination. That's East Lake Village Center. Then it's gonna back out. Kind of got stuck there. So it's thinking right now. So there was somebody to our left. It didn't want to. They were turning the same way, but it didn't want to. It just thought about it and went the other way instead. So I guess that was a good move. So yeah, I'm just gonna go the opposite way. Something it could have done was maybe go back into the parking spot to let them through. But what happened was the other car had to go back into their parking spot so we can change our direction. So not too bad. So this is a little bit longer of a destination. It's going to be about 3.5 miles, and it's going to be into the East Lake Village Center. So you can kind of see it thinking back there. Like when it thinks, it does it real time. You'll see the steering wheel shake a little bit because it thinks about 1,000 things a second. So you get to see it live action through the steering wheel. I think it ultimately made the correct move there. So don't expect much to go on right here. Just about 3 miles of going straight. So we'll see if anything crazy happens. I actually do want to stop by my Circle K at my house, by my house, just so I can grab a quick snack afterwards, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it later in the trip. So let's cancel it. It right here. Yeah. So we're gonna go there after the East Lake Village Center. So 45 and a 40. Going a little bit faster now, but nothing too bad. This is probably the speed I'd be going at. And we have about 2.5 miles. Gotta slow down for this car right here. Very good. And I do want to test it out in the rain next week. I think there's going to be some rain on Tuesday, so I might have another video for that. And then I do have a trip planned to LA pretty soon for the Laker game for the playoffs. So I'm not sure what game I'm going to go to yet. I think I might go later in the week next week. I'm not too sure yet though. So in terms of software version, this is 14.2.2.5. I know some of the early testers on YouTube have 14.3 and 14.3.1. So this is a little bit behind, but I think I should be getting that version pretty soon. And from what I hear, that version has a 20% faster reaction time, which is already insane to think about because this version's already crazy fast at reacting to things even before I see them. Yeah, so I think I should be getting that within the next few days, and then I'll probably make another video on that. So that's 3 videos right there, and maybe if I get the software before I go to LA or Tuesday during the rain, we'll see. So my only critique on this drive is just I like the way that it parked based on where the car to the left of me was parked, but I don't like the fact that it chose that parking spot when it could have had a better parking spot to go to instead of just moving over to the right for the person next to us. Again, this is where I think parking spot selection is just going to be the answer to the problem. So once you get to the parking lot, it'll give you just all the open spaces in the parking lot. It'll navigate there and just park you how you want. If you want to back in, you want to pull in. So I think parking spot selection is just the ultimate solution to the destination parking. Yeah, and it has me at curbside for some reason at the Village Center. I want to do parking lot. I can do curbside in another video if you guys would like, but pretty much it's exactly what it sounds like. It'll pull you up to the front of the store, it'll park curbside. And yeah, there's also like street parking. Those are the 3 main, and there's also a parking garage. There's a parking garage at the Regal cinema I usually go to, so I might show you guys that. It's the only parking garage I really go to. Cool, so we got about half a mile. And then we're gonna be there in just, yeah, we got about half a mile. We're gonna be there in about 3 minutes. I do want to point out like the reaction time of version 14 overall. Like this is 14.2.2.5 like I was saying, but I've seen some crazy reaction times to this, to just cars coming out of nowhere, some pedestrians walking into the street. The other cool thing I kind of want to get on camera, can't really plan this, but if there's like a pedestrian waving you on, it understands like hand gestures. It even understands hand gestures from other cars coming from the opposite way. So it's really cool what the cameras can see. And it reacts exactly how a human would. So after this red light, I think we should be making a left into the parking lot. So yeah, again, I mean, anything you guys want to see, please let me know. This is only the second video I've made so far on YouTube. But yeah, I'm up for any ideas you guys have. So this is our left turn right here. There's no oncoming cars, so we're just gonna make a left. Very good. Stop sign right here. Has to hit 0 and then it should be going. And again, if you don't know, like the whole stop sign thing, it's one of my pet peeves. I don't know if I mentioned it in the first video, but it has to stop at 0, and nobody ever does that, especially in California. We have like the rolling stop is what we call it, but I'm pretty sure it's just based on regulations is why they do that. Right. I didn't really give it a specific store to go to in the shopping center, so I think it's just gonna park somewhere random. Yeah. Let me pull up the camera. So yeah, again, very nice park job. Honestly, parking has been great in this version. There's only a few times it really doesn't. No, I don't even want to say that. I think all of my park jobs have been pretty good in this version, but again, it depends on the parking selection. If it chooses to park next to a car that's parked in a weird way, I think it should have made a better choice to park somewhere else. But overall, I think parking has been pretty good so far. And I heard from people with 14.3 as well, it's better than 14 than this version. So we're just gonna finish it off with Circle K in Anaheim Hills on Weir Canyon. So gonna do that, and that should be the end of the video. I'm gonna have it park at the parking lot. So again, haven't touched the wheel, no interventions. Nice job slowing down for the speed bump. Again, has to hit 0 at the stop sign. Cool. And I think it's gonna make a right turn, and then and if you did notice, there was a no left turn sign back there, so it knew not to make a left right here. So I think it's just gonna make I'm not sure if you can make a U-turn over there. Let's see. I think it's just gonna take us a different way. I thought I was gonna make a U-turn over here, but it wants to go left. Let's see what it wants to do. Yeah, let's see what it does. If you guys haven't noticed already, it turns on the left cameras when it's going left, right cameras when it's going right. I like to pull up the cameras when it's parking just to make sure I see it's in between the lines and it's how far it is away from the curb and in front or behind. And you can see the cameras are insane quality. I mean, they have to be. So other than that, it's just the icons at the bottom are for entertainment purposes. We have the Grok, which is the AI assistant. Again, you have the cameras, you have Spotify. If you go deeper in the menu, you have YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. So eventually when this is unsupervised, you're going to be able to just sit here and watch whatever you want, stream whatever you want. Awesome, nice job. So it's gonna make a U-turn right here, and then it's gonna make a right turn. But my question is why it didn't make a U-turn back there. I don't see a no U-turn sign, so that's an interesting one. Again, navigation is like the one big glaring issue Tesla still has to fix. It's just the mapping and the navigation. But again, no safety critical issues. It's going to get you from point A to point B. It's just those little things they have to work on. So we have about 3 miles to get to Circle K, and that should be the end of the video. It's gotten pretty good at reading signs too, like the no right on red. Back there you saw the no left turn coming out of the shopping center. Again, I mentioned this before too, it's not consistent with how it reads signs. So I'm not sure if they're using map data or it's actually able to look at the sign, understand the sign, and follow through with it. But yeah. Nice. I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to make a left and pass right here. They're speeding up a little. I think it's fine. It's 45 and a 40 right now. 44. Really curious to see how it does in a place like LA. I know a lot of testers that have had some videos in LA, but just with the people walking on just lots of pedestrians and just how busy the city is with the traffic, that's somewhere I feel like I would use Mad Max because there's traffic everywhere over there. So Mad Max, like I said, it's good for weaving in and out of traffic. Hurry's good at that too, but it's not as aggressive as Mad Max. But if you use Mad Max in a city like LA, I feel like you'd get around a lot better. Just because of how there's not going to be a lot of room to speed and go like 85, like I was saying. It's going to be really nice just to weave in and out of traffic, especially in a city like that. But for example, if you get an open space on the freeway and then it wants to go 85, that's where it becomes an issue and where you can get a ticket. So that's where I want speed control, where I can set a speed, have the speed profile I want without worrying about getting a ticket. That's something eventually I think they'll add back. Tesla used to have that with version 13, I believe. Version 14 doesn't have any speed control. You can't set a speed. It's just the speed profiles, the 5 speed profiles I mentioned.